Welcome back to the Cross Up Podcast. My name is Alan. I am still here with Daquan and Jeremy. We're gonna do video game controllers now. See what the best ones in our opinion is. The fact that the PS1 controller had two versions, one without analog sticks and one with, kind of pisses me off, but we'll deal with it. We'll go ahead and
That's actually funny.
I just looked at it. I actually didn't notice it when I pulled this up, and I was doing the intro looking at the controllers, and I saw that, and I was like, I'm fucking mad.
They should do that now. Hey, Sony, if you look at this for some odd reason, do that. Sell people the analog separately from the controllers.
I bet you'll make more money.
You will make more money, I promise you.
Just making them turn into Nintendo. So I'll sell all the accessories.
And they'll say it's modular. We're selling modular. More creativity.
It's to prevent analog drift. You can pull it out and put a new one in for $30.
Oh god, that's actually a great business model. But yeah,
it's a good business model, dude.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
On here?
The PS5 controller is not on here, which we need to add. So let me grab that.
For real?
Yeah, the Xbox One/Series is the same controller. So
Yeah,
let me grab the
thing,
PS5 controller.
Interesting. Oh yeah, space gray. That sounds good.
Yeah, we'll just grab this white one that's off-centered just to piss me off.
There's another one right there.
It's too late. I've already committed to the off-centered one.
How could you do this?
There it is.
Oh Lord. I mean, that's fine because it's gonna be C tier anyway.
Right. Okay.
What?
Let's start with the NES and SNES controllers because they're very similar. The NES controller is the block. I think
I actually like the block.
It's a B tier. It's like standard. It's like middle of the ground. It's not.
I think it's B tier.
It's not. Yeah. It's not offensive. It's not amazing. It's like it fits in your hand. It's light. 2 buttons, an analog stick, starts to like it's super simple. It works.
It's like a longer
super
Game Boy.
Intuitive.
Just
yeah.
And
then alongside of it, because it wasn't much of an upgrade, you just had 2 extra buttons. Is the SNES controller.
100%.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, now we have the Sega Saturn controller. C tier. What the fuck are? What is this era of controllers of like the moon shape or like the C, whatever you want to call it, this shape?
Yeah, that was a Sega thing, dude.
I don't like it.
I think it is a bit wide. Okay, yeah, I guess we're fine with C.
Not only that, but it has like 6 buttons.
Yeah, it has like 6 buttons, and I think it had like bumpers.
It does.
Yeah, it's very weird. Like the layout is just weird to me. Yeah. Sure. There's a lot going on. Like the Sega Genesis controller in comparison, like it's an improvement because it's a little bit better. It's like a little more intuitive than like whatever the Saturn was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it all like for whatever reason, even though they're very similar shape, I think because it's like a little more angular down, it's like a little better in your hands. Like the Genesis versus the Saturn. And now like in the same vein, the Dreamcast is like I think
the only thing holding it back is just that wire at the bottom, dude.
The wire at the bottom.
That was such a weird decision, I swear.
And like that's really all it is, because like it feels okay in your hands. Like it had an analog stick.
Didn't you add a
very durable? You could add cartridges on the back for like different expansions and stuff. So like in theory, not a horrible controller, but also not great. Now I don't know how other people feel about this controller, but I hate the Nintendo 64 controller.
Yeah, that's an eyesore. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what the thought process was before, like having the D-pad on the left, having the analog stick in the middle. Like I don't know if they had trouble designing the stick and then the D-pad down here. Like they didn't think that far ahead. I don't know what the thought process behind this design is. And I'm sure they've gone on record to say it. I just don't care to listen because I'm mad either way.
Yeah. This is a random thing. And not to, talk down about any of these, design engineers here. I just wonder why it took them so long to get to this basic PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of weird. Like when you look at this.
And like I said, I don't know what went on. We don't know what went on behind the scenes when they were designing. Yeah, like this to get to this shape.
Like, just to get to that shape, it's so weird. Like you see a couple of people kind of think about it,
You have to
Yeah.
think that when they were designing their controllers, I have to assume they got close to this shape, but because back then especially gaming was more centered on arcades, they
Yeah,
didn't
they
want to do
just
this because they thought it probably wouldn't do as well. That's my assumption.
Yeah, probably.
it's just
Yeah.
so weird to me though, because even at an arcade, you have all the buttons on one side, and then you have the
Yeah.
analog or the movement on the left, but it's only comfortable because both your hands are like across from each
Yeah,
other.
and so my assumption is they're like, well, this makes more sense because this is what people are used to. And so, like, in their head, it makes sense because of the time.
It's just I don't know.
It's
That just
really
seems
weird
weird
either
to me.
way. Like I said, there's no shot with how smart these guys are in designing these things. Like, this
That they
didn't come up in
with
drafts.
that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until, like, we get closer to the 64, the Dreamcast even, and then the PS1 that I'm assuming because the PS1 was already getting away from cartridge-based system, and they were like, fuck it, we might as well throw it in the wind. We don't even know if it's going to succeed. And they just went with this controller. So it's like,
Yeah,
who knows?
yeah, I guess.
The next controller, I guess the PS1. We'll do them together because I mean, we'll do the
I'm gonna
OG
put
one.
them.
I'll put them at A for me. For me, it's A.
I would put that one B because
I
it was
want to put
weird.
it at B. I want to put it at B.
Both of
I want to actually put both of these at B because,
I think one's
and again,
below
I
the other
guess-
because of the analog sticks.
well, let's put. Ooh.
So that's what I'm saying.
Okay, well then the other one goes A then.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess,
Because I think it's a good controller. Obviously, it's what sets the standard for controllers moving forward, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
And it felt, and especially as a kid, right? Because my hands aren't as big, it felt really
Yeah.
good to hold. And so this is going to be my complaint moving forward with PlayStation controllers after this, because I got bigger. They did not. So the PS1 controller is good. Like I like the PS1 controller. I think it's really good. The GameCube.
I personally like the
GameCube.
controller.
I think back then I still preferred it over most controllers, so I'm willing to at least do it.
Yeah,
I
I'll
think,
do A for GameCube. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the best Nintendo controller they've made.
I can
For
agree
real?
with that.
You know, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can agree with that.
I-
Because of the shape and the
Xbox
way it
controller,
feels in your
though,
Because of
the
yeah.
original Xbox.
that is a B.
I would say
actually
I remember when
maybe
it came
even a
out,
C.
I did not like it.
maybe even a C
It
because I
was
remember playing
super
Mortal Kombat on this,
bulky.
and it was just
awkward to hold. Yeah, it's not good.
yeah.
This controller is essentially just an improvement of the Xbox, so we can put that like B because it was it was like a later edition of the
Yeah.
Xbox
Oh,
original, and it was like it's starting to get the 360 Xbox One shape. Like that's where they were
Yeah.
headed. So it was an
Yeah.
improvement. The next one is
Yeah.
the PS2, which is this controller right here, which is A tier as well.
I put it at A tier. Yeah, they definitely did it. They did the big one with the PS2 controller.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm gonna go ahead and put these two controllers in the same spot because they're the exact same controller, just a little bit
Yeah.
better.
You
The
know,
PS4 is a little bit higher quality.
I will, as much as I like the PS3, I would put the controller at B because of the
yeah,
The what?
yeah, because that battery system
Battery
was
life.
Oh,
trash for the
you're
PS3.
right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
yeah.
Okay,
I
I'm
think
okay
the
with that.
PS4 is a bit
Uh,
better.
It's a
But-
little bit better, but they still die quick. Like they just,
Yeah. I mean, you
Which
have a cable
honestly-
near you all the times.
bro, the 360 controller,
Is the
I
best
wanna put
controller
that
ever
S
made.
tier.
It's the best controller ever made.
It's good, but I put it at
It's-
S tier.
No, it's the best controller
Specifically-
ever made.
Uh,
And
I'm saying this
sad.
because of the battery, right? Like,
oh no, I'm
Battery,
talking
yeah.
about because of how it feels.
I mean that too. But out of all these, it like intuitively has the best battery. Like the Xbox.
Oh, yeah,
It's I don't know why other people don't do this. Like, oh, if you want to use AA batteries, use them. If you want to use our proprietary battery, use it.
You
Like you
use
have
it. Yeah,
options.
you
or
can use
just plug
both.
it in, right? Let's just like
plug and play. Yeah.
bro,
I can
designs.
see the argument, man.
Yeah, no, the
Designs, man, I
360
just-
with the way that controller when it was coming out, because like I was in high school, I was starting to obviously
Yeah.
get to where like the size that I am now, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best feeling controller. It's still, in my opinion, the
It
best
still is.
controller ever made. And the only reason
Mhm.
I'm using the Xbox One controllers or the Series X or whatever is because they don't make those controllers anymore, and I
no.
can't find them
Mm.
without
I
them
tried to
being
find one,
super
but it-
gross or beat to
Yeah.
shit.
I tried to
or
find
too
one to play a game.
expensive.
I could not find one.
And so I've been on the lookout. I was very sad when my cable, I used to have a old school 360 wired controller that I used for my PC. And in 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, it broke and I lost it.
Damn.
And I'm super upset, but I still think it's the best controller ever made.
100%.
And now the Wii U, we can just put down here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I
That's what
don't love the Wii controller,
I like it.
but I
the Wii
think
should go to B.
I think because of what they were doing with motion controls and whatnot, it's fine, and I don't really have a major issue with it. So I'm okay putting that in B tier. Like it's not. What
for his time, it was a good controller.
Yeah, it was fine. The Switch controls, I hate them.
Wait, which one? The Pro or the other?
No, the Joy-Cons.
The Switch. Oh, yeah, that's a C tier for me.
Joy-Cons.
I don't like them, not because I don't like. Obviously, like when they're on the Switch itself and you're playing handheld, they're perfectly fine. They're pretty good. Obviously, you have the Switch in your hand; it's working. But using them separately feels weird. I don't like having my hands like having a controller in each hand, so I can lean back with each hand on my lap type shit. Like I just feel weird playing them like that.
I think for the purpose of why they have that, because that's more for their like activity-based games. Yeah. I think on the concept of the activity-based games, I would put it at B, because I played the tennis, I've played the boxing thing. Like for those, it's an amazing system. Like
okay,
the actual.
I can agree with
separate. That's the amazing system.
No,
but, like,
I think I can agree with that.
It's just weird.
Yeah, I can agree with that, but the problem is those activity-based games are less than 10% of their library.
Yeah, and they do have specialized controllers.
Yeah.
Because it's like you get the band and you just put the controller in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would put it as a B because it is a multifunctional controller and is not meant to be used as a traditional controller.
And I think because it's not meant to be used as a traditional controller is what brings it down to C. Because I said it's only 10% of their library, maybe less. The majority of the games, these are bad controllers.
We'll let it happen.
All right. Now, what about the Pro controller?
A high B.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Right? Like
it's like a B.
Yeah. It doesn't do anything wrong. It's just boring.
It does its job. Good job.
It exists.
The Xbox One controller.
S tier.
I would say S, but then mine's broke, so A.
Oh my god, that's a horrible answer. I put this at S because the damn dual sense goes to A.
Yeah, I would put. I'm gonna put the Xbox controller in S because it's the closest thing to the 360 controller to live my hopes and dreams.
It's like the definitive controller to get at the moment. It's like,
and then the dual sense is this.
So why is that A?
So the reason it's A,
it feels bad.
It doesn't feel good in my hands. I'll be honest. I don't like how it feels.
It's made for teenagers.
And it could, like I said, it can be a completely biased take because I still much prefer the shape and feel of the Xbox controllers. But that's been my issue with PlayStation controllers since 3. I just don't like how they feel. They feel like they felt small. Then the DualSense got bigger, but it still doesn't feel good.
Here. I think this is S tier controller. So
that's fair.
Look, I will say this from a developer and like use case for the controller, it has S tier functionality. I think for an end user though, most people won't use what's in this thing. Like it's just. I don't know.
I mean, I have both this controller and their DualSense Edge. I will put both of those at S tier.
Wait,
if there was an Elite controller, if there was a GOATed controller, I would put the Xbox Elite controller at GOATed.
Well, yeah, the Elite is just an improved version of the one.
Okay.
And that's when someone who doesn't really play Xbox games. Did they have like
the bias?
to have the back paddles buttons on there too. So
Yeah, to take out the bias, I'll go PS5 and S. I'll agree with Jeremy on this one.
I disagree, but whatever. I'm outnumbered here. I'm not gonna sit
Mama, we
here and
made it.
continue to argue it. But this is wrong. This should be down here.
This is wrong.
Mama, we made it. We got it there.
We got it there.
As
We
long
got
as
it
my
there.
Xbox One and 360 are on there, it's fine.
Oh my
Pretty
God.
much. I mean, they are still the best controllers ever put out. So it's just, I'm sorry. It's user experience. Xbox, they normally get it right. Except
Usually,
the
yes.
Xbox One.
The
Like
Xbox
the
One.
Xbox
yes.
One. I just
You know,
don't
I
know.
want the Switch 2 to succeed with their controllers. I like that they're making them bigger. I think that's
Mm.
my main issue. That they're just so fucking tiny, dude.
Yeah, they're
just-
fucking small.
Well,
but
it's
also
made for
just-
kids. So that's also the thing. The primary demographic for Nintendo is like
Okay, and who's the majority of people buying them? Like, let's be real.
the parents.
No, like adults are realistically the ones that are playing it more.
right.
Yeah, but they're getting them for their kids because they don't. Not everybody wants their kids to play Call of Duty. So like, they're
No,
gonna
no,
get
no,
them-
no. Don't get me wrong. There's a good
Yeah.
portion of those people that are buying the Switch for the kids, but if we're being real, most people buying those fucking Switch games and the Switches are like
Are adults.
above age or 16 or higher.
I'm gonna be honest. Outside of y'all, I don't know anybody else that is buying these.
Oh, really? I know about like 15 people in real life that have already ordered the Switch 2. And
Oh,
they're
that's
all
crazy.
they're all
Oh,
adults or like above 18.
I mean, like people I don't know that actually own the Switch.
Oh, yeah.
I have a
Like in general.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like outside of y'all, I don't know that.
Oh, no. I think everyone
Now
I think
my Switch is like 0.
yeah, no, I think the majority of my
Mm.
friends and their friends all own Switches.
Do they all like Zelda?
Not all of them. Some of them only play Animal Crossing. Some people play Zelda. Some people play it for Pokemon. Some people like me play the RPGs that are like Nintendo Switch only, like Unicorn Overlord. But there's like a
Oh,
lot of
po-
people.
oh.
Yeah,
Okay, you said Pokemon. I forgot about that. I'm like, that's the only way you play Pokemon these days. Is
Yeah.
you buy the Switch. Okay, never
yeah.
mind. Take it back. Take it all the way back.
So that's what I
Makes
mean.
all the
There's
sense.
gonna be a Switch 2 Pro controller. There has to be.
Yeah, of course there will be. They
At
got to
some
make
point.
money. They already said they
Uh,
would. And
That's
it's
gonna
like
cost
there's like
$100.
there's like $90. They already said.
God, I almost Alt F4 with my hat. That's insane.
How did you even manage that? So this
And
is
then they say they're gonna make a GameCube controller too, right? For the Switch too.
they're getting a new Nintendo GameCube controller
Why?
to
Their
release.
ports are horrible. Why would they do that?
Well, it's not for
It's
their
not-
ports. It's also for like Smash and other shit.
People still play. Smash.
Bro,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to you.
Yeah, unfortunately, they do still play Smash. Yes,
they should stop doing that.
I have a friend who still plays Melee, and he refuses to give up because he thinks that's the peak Smash experience.
You know, man. You know what, man? I agree with you. Melee is the peak. I stopped at Melee. Let's just say that.
Oh no,
Pretty much.
Ultimate
As
was-
everyone should.
Ultimate was fine. It's just fucking horrible netcode.
Just like Mortal Kombat, you know? I stopped at
10.
Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Yeah. Actually, I'm sorry, no,
The
10.
hell?
X. X,
Oh.
my bad. X. Yeah, X. Yeah. I said Armageddon. I was like, hold up
What
now.
the hell?
No. Underrated though, Mortal Kombat versus DC. Great game.
It's
So I'm
fucking
gonna say-
trash. I don't know what to tell you.
I love that game.
I can't
That thing is
I
fantastic.
think it's fun
sorry.
and it's stupid, but it's not a good
That's
game.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
great.
It's fun. No, okay, so correct yourself. It's not a great game. It's just fun to
No,
play.
it's great. If it's fun, it's great. That's
No.
what games are for.
No,
As
'cause
long as
I
they're
can-
fun.
I can agree a game is fucking horrible and plays horribly, but it's still fun.
I don't know a single game that plays horribly and it's still fun.
I can't.
I know
stand
quite a
you.
few.
Here, check
Nah,
out
we-
the controller here.
Oh
What
my
controller?
God, what
What
am
we
I
got?
looking at? Hold on. What the fuck is that?
Oh, bro, forgot about this.
What did we forget about?
The PlayStation, bro, get the fuck out of here. The
What are
PlayStation
you
Move
saying?
controller, like, come on, dude. They're in
Move?
the chat. So if you go to like
Why didn't
recording
we,
where we're talking, there's a little speech bubble. You can click on that.
A speech bubble? What
Yeah,
the hell's
you-
a speech bubble?
Recording. Go to the recording chat. and then
Hover your
choose
mouse over recording.
What the fuck?
bro.
Hover my mouse. Oh, that bubble. Open chat.
Yeah, speech bubble.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, why does that exist?
Because it was when it's when the
What was the
PS
thing?
it was it the PS4,
The
PS3.
Boomerang, PS5,
No, no,
E3 2020, E3.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
The PS5 controller is like they looked at the boomerang and said, "Squish it in." That's all they did.
Squish
Oh
it
my-
in.
It's like squish in the boomerang and make it white. That's all they did.
This was never released, but still, it looks ugly as shit, dude.
It's
It
disgusting.
does. Bro, who said? But look, apparently they kept the design because the PS5 controller exists. So that's all I'm saying. You don't see
For the
that.
record, I did have a PlayStation Move.
Why did you have a
Oh.
PlayStation Move?
Because he was trying to move.
Come on,
All right, he was staying active as a youngin. He was
As
he
a
was going.
youngin, bro, it wasn't that long
Yeah.
ago.
I'd rather have the PlayStation Move than the than the Xbox Connect.
The Kinect
Mine-
was actually pretty useful. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie. It was
I mean,
actually
my-
pretty
the-
useful.
See, you want to know the difference? The Connect came with my system. The Move did not.
That is true. That is true.
I
Microsoft
didn't
made a
pay
good move
extra for
there.
the Connect. And guess what? I'm over
Uh-huh.
there sitting on my bed, getting ready to, watching my YouTube or Netflix, and then guess what? I can just be like, Xbox, turn off.
Boom.
Can you tell your
Free of
Move to
charge.
turn off your PlayStation?
Hold on,
That's
I got,
insane, actually.
I got.
That's a W in the chat from Microsoft.
I have.
Mm-mm-mm.
I have to find this video now.
Oh my God, what is it?
Oh, here it is.
All right, hold on.
we-
Bring it
we
up.
have-
I'll
Yeah,
play it.
yeah,
I'll play it on the video. Let's see it. All right, what the
This
fuck?
this is my favorite Xbox reveal video.
Oh, it's this. I remember this.
Introducing Xbox One.
Oh Lord.
Xbox One.
TV experience. TV and movies. TV. Xbox. Watch TV.
God,
TV,
dude, that
TV,
fucking.
TV.
I remember that user interface. It's changed now, but
TV. Watch
Yes,
TV.
yes, it has.
Oh.
TV and TV remote. TV
Oh God, it's so good, dude.
TV.
It's so painful.
TV. Anybody?
yeah, they were trying to be the next entertainment system, not just a gaming system.
Go home. TV.
Wow.
Sports.
God, I hate this dude.
Yeah.
Sports. Oh, we can together. Oh, there's your boy, Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer.
Xbox is about to become the next water cooler. Sports, television.
Water cooler? What?
Cooler.
She was trying to make the analogy like when you go to sports tailgating, you have your water cooler and all that other shit. She's trying to make it like this thing is going to become so big, it's going to be mandatory that you take it around.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, an entirely new Call of Duty for the next generation. Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty.
And it was Ghosts. It
was
wasn't even a
Ghosts.
good Call of Duty.
Because nobody likes ghosts, let me tell you.
No.
Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, all of the new story element. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty.
Our new dog model is taken from
Our new dog model.
actual field team service dog.
Call of
Oh,
Duty, Call
God.
of Duty, Call of Duty.
Xbox.
There you go. The
Bro,
greatest review of all
I'm gonna
time.
be honest. This is just random. Why do people do that? Oh my gosh, this thing was a real service dog. What does that mean? As a player, why do you care? What does that do for you?
You don't care. That's the thing.
Like, what is the point of, bro? I got stuff off topic. It'll be fine.
I mean, at this point, we've been off topic, so we can keep going.
No, offline. I mean, offline.
Oh,
No,
okay,
offline. It'll be fine.
Jesus.
Hey, offline. Yeah.
I think speaking about reveals, you want to know what's one of my favorites? I was
What's
during E3 2016 when they announced Peggle 2. The guy's on stage and he goes, and now we reveal Peggle 2, and he like jumps up and spins and then just runs off stage as the trailer plays.
What?
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. It's pretty dumb.
Peggle 2. And then the same year Wildlands came out.
Yeah, here it is. It was so random, and it just got a good laugh out of me and my friends.
Thanks, guys. That was amazing. Thanks so much. I'd say I was speechless, but I have one more thing to announce. Coming this year, Peggle 2!
And then just Peggle.
That's it.
That's it. And then they just show the trailer for Peggle, and not like they don't even show a trailer. They go into Titanfall.
That's crazy.
dude.
Tego too. He's so happy.
Do you
and he
really
just-
miss E3?
No,
No,
no.
No,
People
because-
really miss that.
I think we get the same experience online. It's not really that different
No, like
because they
People
still
wanna,
do the
like-
same cringe shit on stage in their online thing, anyways.
right.
The only thing that
The only thing I miss about E3 is it was all condensed in like 2-3 parts of the year. Now it's all over. Now I have
Pretty
to like
much.
be on schedule
Yeah.
to see what PlayStation's doing, to see what Nintendo's doing.
That
Xbox
actually-
does a pretty
honestly-
good job about being with the Video Game Awards and Summer Games Fest, but
Mhm.
like let's be real, they're not. That's not the norm anymore, and that's like my only
Honestly-
real issue missing E3.
Yeah, as far as E3 as the event that it was, probably not. But like you mentioned, for centralized information, I do miss that. I hate
Yeah.
the idea of like, oh, here's Nintendo Direct, here's Sony
Yeah,
Direct,
yeah.
here's Xbox. It's like, bro, like y'all are not that important. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
it, but the whole point of E3 was to serve the gamers. This is more of y'all just like, yeah, we're just gonna talk about ourselves for a minute. Half the time, it's nothing.
A lot
It's
of
a
the times
nothing
they don't
burger.
even show anything. It's like they just have to do it every quarter or whatever, and it's like
Yeah,
it's
and
not even worth
so
your time.
Weird. No.
Whereas,
I'm
like-
Those investors want to see something, dude.
Yeah,
it
whereas
is
like
for the investors.
yeah, whereas before when we had E3, it was E3. Then you had like Gamescom and the Tokyo Game Show, which was roughly around the same time. And then you had like the Video
Mhm.
Game Awards, and then like occasionally you'd have like a big game release randomly throughout the year. But you're not like
Exactly.
sitting there looking at people's like developers' Twitters to see when that's getting announced. That's like something
Yeah,
you
you would
see on a
just-
trailer, or you would see it on YouTube get uploaded, or someone would say,
Mhm.
"Oh, this game just came out," and that was like it. And so you're not like sitting there looking for it.
Yeah. Also, it holds developers accountable for their thought process of like, this is this show. Everyone
Yeah.
will be watching. It's
Yeah.
not like, oh, maybe we'll get a couple people here. It's like, no, everyone is watching this. So when you show something,
It
don't
mattered.
mess this up.
Yeah, like it fucking mattered.
Like, bring your A game, present your cool stuff, and it's like, you know, that gives everybody that stage. But
I have to say it again. Daquan and I went to the last in-person E3
Yeah.
we did,
in 2019.
which is
It was wild, dude. It was a long day. Just saying. My feet
pretty
were dying.
much.
But yeah, and now the only, like I said, the only developers really doing that are Xbox, Devolver, a couple of other really small indie studios that kind of do it with Xbox in them, and they keep
Yeah.
their stuff to Summer Games Fest. They occasionally, depending on the game and the developer they're working with, will show it at Gamescom or Tokyo Game Show and Video Game Awards. Like that's when you get those big
Yeah.
announcements from those people, and then
Yep.
you occasionally will get like. What was it? Was it last year, or the year before, where fucking Sony decided to dump all their shit like a month or two before Video Game Awards? Like,
Mhm.
what is that bullshit? And then and then
Yeah.
they just like re-showed shit at the Video Game Awards.
Pretty much, which is the crazy bit. Which I don't, even for that, I don't like. I don't like the fact that somebody like Jeff Keighley can just control this situation either.
That's
This
basically
kind of
what's going on.
annoys
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
It's like, why is this allowed? Like, he ultimately has a monopoly on video game news. I know it's not just him; he's got a little team going on or whatever.
And it's not
But
like
it's
he's
just-
the only one doing it. Like it's still like the,
Nah,
but it's like let's be real. The ones that are being paid attention to are like Jeff Keighley's
the
two
ones
shows,
that, yeah,
and then
pretty
like
much.
conventions, like I said, like Gamescom, Tokyo Game Show. And then other than
Pretty
that, the only
much.
other way you get your gaming news is like through the directs, the experience,
Mhm.
or like if you actually pay attention to any of the, what I'm gonna use the nice word, just tragic game journalism websites, is like the only other way you get your news.
Bro,
pretty much.
I was just thinking about that yesterday. Like there has to be like a good game journalism website out there.
You know,
Somewhere.
I know a lot of people give GameStop their shit, but one of the
Mhm.
better ones was Game Informer. Like they weren't perfect, don't get me wrong, but out of like the bullshit that you're seeing on like Kotaku, IGN, I'm forgetting
Yeah.
the other ones that I don't care about. GameSpot was kind of doing it for a little while. I actually enjoyed Game Informer, like even their magazines and stuff. Like I actually really liked what they were doing, and I'm glad that they're back. And so I hope that
Yeah,
they
but
continue.
that's-
I hope they continue to do it, but I don't think they will because obviously now they're going to be worried about money and whoever's investing
Yeah.
in them. So it's going to probably go down the same path that IGN is going, which is kind of tragic
Probably.
because that's what gets clicks on them. That's why IGN is one of the biggest publishing gaming websites around.
Yep.
And you know what I
Mhm.
can't stand, and I hate that they're allowed to do this. why is IGN allowed to just take a trailer uploaded by a developer or a studio and just re-upload it with their thumbnail
On their page?
on their page on YouTube?
That's
The
a good
exact
question.
same trailer, just a different thumbnail showing that it's an IGN trailer and not the original developer.
I mean,
I-
I think
that's-
it's fine for the fact of technically IGN is doing free marketing for them.
I mean, it would be if they weren't. I'm pretty sure there's ads and stuff on all of those if you don't have YouTube Premium or an ad blocker.
No, I'm talking about like for whatever developer, like IGN doesn't necessarily charge you to do that.
I
Like
mean,
you submit it
technically,
and then so it's like it's for the developer it's I guess more fine. It's just like you mentioned a bit weird, just being like
It's just
this
weird.
guy already
It's just super weird. Yeah.
yeah.
Like
I it's that weird handshake, but
because then, like, I guess, like, if you're the developer, right? Like, let's say you're a smaller studio that's not as well known, you're probably in the back of your mind just probably like, oh, well, thank God that IGN uploaded it and it got all these views because it might have not out before. But then, like, let's be real, like 9 times out of 10, the people that are watching the trailer are probably just watching it. And like, how many of those actually translate to sales or like direct support for that studio when they don't even know who like made it? They just see the game and the name, and then that's it.
yeah. Well, a lot of times when IGN does that, folks end up going to the developer's page to go
Okay.
find out.
I
who
just
they
want to
are.
know how
So
many
it's
people actually do that.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good turnaround for the amount
Okay.
of, well, not turnaround, what's the word? Conversion. I think it's a pretty good conversion for IGN over to the thing because Steam does the same thing when they
Steam
put you
does
on
it.
like the promo. Like I don't know. The idea again of like Jeff Keighley and Sony, I don't like the fact that all these folks are able to kind of pull strings in different directions as they like, because now it's down to like, are you doing what Sony wants you to do to end up on their page, or doing what Jeff Keighley wants you to do to end up on his stage? And the idea of E3 before was just, you have to be a good ass game to make it on this stage.
Yeah.
Like
Now
it was that simple.
Now it's either like, let's be real, you're either on good terms with Jeff Keighley, or you pay
Pretty
money
much.
to be on there, or you're
Yeah.
part of like Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, so you automatically are like
Yep.
being backed by them. Like very rarely, unless it's like let's be real. I think 90% of the time, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and actually say that's correct. I'm assuming, or go ahead, big fucking words. I'm assuming that like 90% of the trailers that he shows that aren't part of those major publishers, it's always prefaced by saying this is a small studio that I'm aware of, or I have a friend that works in here and they're making this great game, or they're a brand new studio, and he always mentions that he has a personal connection to them. So it's like that's the reason those games make it in, or they're already well known even as a smaller studio.
Yeah, they're probably known by some other stuff
I
already.
play this game. It's great. That's good for you.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Thanks for letting me know,
Good
dude.
for you, Jeff. Yeah, even him hosting the Game Awards kind of bothers me, but that's a.
Like I get it. I
Again.
guess if you're putting in the work and whatnot, you want to be part of it. But I wish, like, I don't necessarily have like an inherent issue with him running all this stuff. I think just because of what they devolved into and like the sponsorship angle and money, it's becoming a problem. And how involved he is like I think the main issue.
Yeah.
But again, like no one else is doing it, and no one else is gonna get the support that he's getting at this point. So like, what do we do?
True. That's a whole question.
Because like realistically, we can sit here and complain about all the ways that he's doing it, but like without the support and like connections that he has, we can't do better. So
We are ready for those $80 games this holiday season.
I mean, Xbox already said they're all jumping on the Nintendo ship. It's only a matter of time before Sony just does it without saying shit, like they always do. They're just gonna hit us with, and this game is gonna be this price, and then you're just fucked if you want it.
I just want
Honestly.
I just want everyone to keep the same energy they have for Xbox doing it for PlayStation.
For
that's all.
PlayStation. Like if you're gonna complain about one, you complain about all of them.
Yes.
I only wonder if this is actually going to be more positive than negative.
It depends. I guess.
Because,
What do you think could become positive out of this?
Is that it just backfires and gaming
And they
itself.
realize that, oh no, we fucked up.
Well, it's going to be more than that because they're going to obviously say like, oh, we tried to sell something for this amount of money and we could not even hit like base numbers. So then they're going to lay off a bunch of folks, which then mess up other schedules, and then other games get delayed, all the fun stuff. I wonder if it's more of a, I hate to use the word bubble, that bubble thing
That's
that people keep
exactly
talking
what I
about.
was gonna say too, and I don't like
I
that word, or I don't
Yeah,
know if
because
that's like the
it's
correct way to describe it. But it
yeah,
has
it's
been
not
building up,
even.
and it's gonna blow up like one, I guess.
Of course.
I think it's more of a term of like financial tolerance for the
Yeah.
games industry. I think the financial tolerance is about to just go out the damn window.
And I
If
think
this doesn't work.
I think if these companies continue to do it, and especially when games like, again, as an example, Expedition 33 coming out at the
For
price that it
$40.
is for $40, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
on Steam, it's not a big discount, but it's like a 5% discount, and it's been there since the game was put on Steam for pre-orders, and even weeks later after it's come out, that discount is still in place. And so like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I remember it was
technically a
I remember it's
discounted
discounted
game.
for PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
The-
like you're selling a game that it's, let's be real, it's a real premium product, really fucking good for that price. Like again, and Baldur's Gate was only $60 also.
100%.
And so
And
like
to be funny,
if we're going to continue to get developers that release games like this, and then Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox continue to do the bullshit they're doing, like I like to give the benefit of the doubt and assume that customers aren't that stupid that they're just going to keep buying and eventually will like cause issues for them.
I think people are that desperate. However, I do think more of this, like what you mentioned with Expedition 33, I think it more just gives people the understanding that games are not expensive because they need to be.
They're just
Mhm.
expensive
Because
for
because
X
they want
amount
the
of
money.
reasons. Yeah.
Like it's only for expansion, and we want to have more games. We want to do more things, and it's like that's the concept of more studios.
Mhm.
Like instead of one studio having 12,000 people, there
You can
should
have like
be
six,
like 40
studio.
studios
Yeah.
with less people. And it's like, cool. That means more games can be put out of higher quality. So you don't have to look at Steam with like a flood of 2,000, heaps of trash every single month. Like it's ridiculous how many games get launched on Steam these days.
It's crazy what's even allowed nowadays.
Yeah, but like again, if there wasn't EA's and Ubisoft's, there could be so many smaller studios like the ones that made Expedition 33 that are just making bangers for $40 with a smaller team. And it's like, oh, that sounds very logistically sound. Because
Right.
it's over a month. I think people are fine. Because even if you do the math, like two AAA games, just say take one that people really enjoy. If it's a multiplayer experience, they'll on average spend almost $200 because you're gonna buy the base game, then you're probably gonna buy some DLC, you're probably gonna spend something in the
And like
shop, which
cosmetics
can
and
put you
whatnot. Yeah.
which can easily put you at $200. But then if you break that up into like Expedition 33 being a standalone title, no extra nonsense, just here's the game, $40. That's almost like that's 5 Expedition 33s that someone can be purchasing for the price of one trash AAA title.
Mhm.
5. And that's to support a studio or multiple studios that aren't going to close or lay off 400 people, 500, 1,000. Like it's just
Hey,
I
Respawn.
hope
Yeah.
the $80 thing goes through. Hope it's $100. I hope it gets to be 120. Like by all means, all of them go knock themselves out these prices. Shit, sell it for 200 at this point. I'm
man.
actually happy to
You know
see it
what?
occur.
I almost want Rockstar to sell their GTA 6 for 200.
I want them to be crazy. Go crazy with these numbers because I want to see for my own sanity. I would love to see this. I just am
People are
interested.
gonna buy that shit, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
If they
and they're
do-
going to be dumb for that.
If they do, I'm
We'll have a whole episode talking about the reviews and how much they're going to hate the game for paying $200, and we'll laugh at them.
Yeah, because even for this, the idea of something like GTA 6, there is no way it is going to be as good as people think it will. There's no way. GTA 5 was only impressive because graphically, it was the best looking game that had pretty much ever been rendered. Like, it was just an insane amount of anything in one video game. But nowadays, no one goes to one game for everything. It's not possible. So like the hype around this game, oh, it's going to destroy the industry. It's like, no, this is going to be another letdown. It's going to be a solid 8 out of 10 experience with graphics you've already seen done better elsewhere, with mechanics that are okay given this large space to do basically whatever that
mean,
you've already been able to do in other games.
GTA's played the same way since Vice City.
Yeah, like it's just. I'm sorry. There's going to be some twerking and alligators though, and some old ladies with shotguns. It's like, bro.
Because I mean,
we have
like,
Twitter.
You can be a
and
real Florida man if you want.
yeah, and like,
TikTok,
let's
like,
be
look-
real, bro. If we're talking about GTA 5, right? Like, I think the hype really came from just like the content side of it and like the GTA Online.
Exactly.
Because GTA, if we're talking about GTA 5 as the game, like story wise and what people should be playing the game for, not their online RP or whatever.
Not many of their people actually play it for that.
And most people didn't
Yeah.
probably play it for that. And if we're being real, as far as GTA stories go, it wasn't that good. It like in
No.
comparison to Vice City,
San Andreas.
San Andreas, even 4, when you start getting into like the Ballad of Gay Tony and like the DLC for 4, like it was a huge letdown in comparison. That's why I only played GTA 5. I played the story, never touched it again.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I
Pretty
think all
much.
this hype is just unwarranted, and I really don't know where this quote unquote love and hype for GTA even came from.
It's just some nonsense. It's really just nonsense about, oh, this behemoth, oh, somebody making a lot of money. It's crazy because we said the same thing about Bungie. And
You
now
know,
look at them.
I think it's also partly because of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, Red Dead 2 did fantastic.
No,
There's
like
also-
that's what I mean. I think because that game was
Oh.
that good, they're expecting that kind of quality story and whatnot that's going to go into GTA 6 because it's been in development for so long.
Here's one thing I hate about IGN. They have these like banners, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They have like article, and then they have everything you need to know about this thing. And they have their whole ass section about GTA 6. Like they're just clamoring for this shit, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I don't ever go on that website.
And the crazy part to me is like in the thought process, because if you look at the weird craziness going around Marathon, how people are like, it's a game for everyone. I mean, it's a game for nobody. Like, why is this game even being made? Like, da. It's the same conversation for GTA 6. It's a game for nobody. Like, who is just like, oh, I can't wait to pretend to be in Florida and just do whatever I want in Florida.
With the
Who
amount
is
of
saying
fucking
this? Like,
I mean, all over Twitter, people were lamenting, "Oh, I have to wait till next year till GTA 6, bro. Come on."
I'm just really confused. Like I really, maybe it's just my own mental for not being like a bandwagoner for games, but I just can't fathom who is this excited about.
I mean,
this
I
game.
don't think I know anyone personally who's excited for GTA 6.
And even for Red Dead 2, I can get it. It's a cowboy experience. Where else do you get that? Nowhere.
Right.
Cool. Red Dead 2 makes sense. GTA 6 being just a shoot 'em up in the city. There's so many games, and Cyberpunk still exists.
That
And it'll
does
be
have to run
cheaper.
for sure.
Like, oh, but we want multiplayer. If you want to shoot somebody multiplayer, go play Call of Duty. It's right there, and it's better.
Like you're gonna go play multiplayer to go shoot 'em around. So so you're telling me, as a gamer, right? Like you're spending your hard-earned money on GTA to get a worse shooter in the market, a worse
Yep.
racer than most games on the market, a worse
Pretty much.
RP experience than most games on the market.
Than
You're
on
just
the
in a
market.
city.
Yeah.
You're just in the city, and it's like quote unquote more accessible because more people probably own the game. Like let's be
Pretty
real.
much.
You're getting a worse experience in GTA Online than any other game in that specific genre.
Pretty much. It's
And then you're going to be using the argument, well, I can do all of this in just GTA. Okay, go have a shit experience just in GTA.
pretty much. Which is wild because they'll buy it and then they'll go play other things anyway, which is just like why? Why are we doing this? But again, I hope people use their financial literacy in this moment. But
I doubt it, dude.
yeah, I doubt it.
Only
I
time will tell.
Doubt it. I doubt it. But yeah, we will see. We will absolutely see what
see.
happens.
All right, well, thanks for
Um,
tuning into our random rant about random shit and our controller tier list.
Yeah, controllers, guys. Go buy an Xbox controller if you don't have one.
Yeah,
if you have
Xbox is
PlayStation, I'm sorry to you.
this-
Oh my
I'm
this-
sorry to you.
Well, thanks
I'm
for
done with
listening
you.
in. I don't know what we're doing next week. We'll figure it out. Thanks for listening.
We will.
Yeah. Peace.